Okay, welcome back again to BBC, and we're really happy you're joining in with us and happy to have this kind of opportunity to talk with people for a little bit each day about the Dharma. So Venerable Chödrön's still gone, and we decided to take a close look at some of the afflictions and antidotes to them, how they're defined, how they show up, what we can do with them. So I'm going to start off today with one of our favorites, attachment. And I'm going today to just try to stay within the bounds of defining it and also talking about the disadvantages. Of course, to do that, you have to tell how it works in the mind. So I've been hearing us say, and I know I've said it myself, that attachment is kind of hard to get a grip on, but I'm not so sure it is. I think, I understand why we look at it that way. It's because it feels momentarily exciting. But beyond that moment, if we're really being mindful, it sucks. It is so painful. And the first thing, we might need a bumper sticker. Attachment sucks. Beyond that moment, if we're really paying anywhere near close attention, and you can do this on the cushion, it's really, really helpful. Just think of something you crave. You know, Venerable Yeshi's chocolate chip cookies. Just bring them to mind, and you can have this moment of, wow, I love them. And then it starts in this kind of, I want, maybe they won't be so good. That one was kind of not as good as that one. And there it goes. It's just right there with it. It's an unhappiness. And so they come up simultaneously, mixed together. And I think one of the beauties of sitting on the cushion and looking very closely, even at the physical reactions, is to untangle that and start to see, A, just what attachment's made out of, and B, what are the disadvantages of it. So I'll go over a few of them. First of all, attachment is the mind that exaggerates the good qualities of something. So the key word there is exaggerates. It's a mind that's hallucinating. Okay, so we're going to start where Lama Zopa Rinpoche says, or Lama Yeshe said to Venerable Chödrön when they were young students, we're hallucinating all the time. Okay, so we're seeing things as solid, separate, real, me, you, they, all of that. So that's a huge problem, but that's the sort of baseline. We're now talking a level above that, okay? Because that one we're going to need to take apart with wisdom, and that's a whole other 10 volumes. So, but we're going to look right above that. Even when we're within that basic hallucination, we're hallucinating on top of that, and we're not even seeing things clearly. And you know, we say this about our friends, like our friend falls in love, okay, and our friend comes in floating on a cloud, and our friend says, wow, I met the most amazing person. And right away, you've got this thing going off in your head of yellow flag, you know, because, and we will say it, you know, they aren't even seeing straight. They aren't seeing straight. We aren't seeing straight when that comes up. That's attachment. So what are we seeing? So this is one of the huge disadvantages of attachment is we can't see straight. We are attaching, let's say the object's here, and I'm here, and I'm starting to exaggerate it. I'm no longer seeing this. I'm seeing something in between me and that I'm attaching to. I'm attaching to this fantasy right here. This is still over there with its faults, with its good qualities, bad qualities, neutral qualities. But forget that. I'm not with that. I'm with this. And that's all made up in my head. So what's that going to lead to? Disaster. You know, and if not disaster, it's going to lead to unhappiness. Why? Because this over here does not match this here, my spinned out fantasy. And someday, you know, we've got to pay the piper, as they say. And on that day, we're disappointed with this person, this thing, this idea. We're sad, we're mad, we're depressed. What for, right? So what we have to work is this in-between fantasy place. This thing over here is fine. The person's okay, you know, whatever. They're just another suffering sentient being doing their best. The object, the new car is okay. The old car is okay. But we're doing something in between here. Complete fantasy. So this, it's the problem with it. It's the mind that exaggerates, and I would say fantasizes, completely hallucinates the attractive elements of a person, thing, idea, concept of self, etc. Now, that's the first step. So we can cut it right there if we can catch it and go, this groupy, graspy starting thing, so how am I seeing this, you know? Maybe the person's not all that, you know, maybe they're a good person with good qualities, but I really don't like how she said that, and I'm not so sure about how he did that. So it's really good to bring up some balance. Just conjure it up and go, oh, I'm way over here. So now I'm going to kind of notice a few things I'm not so happy about, and notice them right off the bat. What comes up for me when I do that is, oh no, taking all the fun out of it, you know, because I want to be excited. That's what my son said to me once. But Mom, I want to be excited. And it was like, oh yeah, okay, be excited for a while. But it's like, don't get lost there, you know, just really know what's happening. The next step that attachment does after it exaggerates, it starts taking a very strong interest in this one thing. So the discriminating mind comes in, whereas before, let's say, we might have had a more open mind. We're kind of practicing some equanimity, noticing, you know, I like this about people or whatever. Now we're narrowing down to one person, and that is exactly what happens. It starts closing in, and it's like my happiness is this thing, this person, this situation. And you can just feel that tightness. It's almost like, I think it should be like those movies where, you know, it just goes tunnel vision, boom. And if that one thing, which now we're not seeing clearly, doesn't fulfill our happiness, again, we're plunged into the other ditch of, I'm so unhappy. So one teacher said to me, you know, watch out when you puff up or things start puffing up. That's the first signal. You know, don't go all the way with it. Start getting a little yellow flag and going, well, do I really want to, you know, go all that way and eat 6 chocolate chip cookies and then go all that way down, not feeling well? No, so I'll just have 2 and enjoy them and let them go. So the other thing attachment does, which kind of goes with everything I said, it sees whatever it is, person, idea, object, as having some essential, permanent, pleasurable nature. It's right in there. I'm sure it's in there. And all you have to do is go around the block 3, 4, 5 times, and you know that's not true. So let's not fool ourselves about this anymore. Another clue to what you're attached to is when you're sitting on the cushion and you're just doing breathing meditation, or even you're doing your deity practices, watch what keeps coming in from the side. You know, like suddenly I'm thinking about that again. I'm thinking about it again. That's the thing. So we'll be talking more during the week about what do you do, what kind of antidotes do you apply. But this balanced view is a big antidote. This balanced view of, it's not all that, you know. I'm thinking it's all that, but it's not all that. There are many disadvantages of attachment. When I just even began to look them up, there are lists and lists and lists, but I'm gonna just mention a few. Number 1, about relationships, and I'm talking about that because that's what I'm most attached to. I really am. It's not cookies or cars and stuff. It's people, so you cannot have a healthy relationship with attachment. Just cannot happen. Why? Because here's the person, here's you, and you're playing with the fantasy. you're not even with them. This is so strange to look at. You're not noticing what they need, who they really are, what their feelings are. You're in your self-centeredness and you're playing with your fantasy. And when they match the fantasy, you're happy. When they don't match the fantasy, you're really upset. So it destroys healthy relationship. It really destroys concentration. Concentration just goes out the window. That excited, kind of buzzy feeling, goodbye concentration. It leads to unethical conduct, which is one that Venerable Chitran emphasizes a lot. You start wanting the cookie, and then maybe you take it when it's not time to eat, and maybe you take more than your share, and then maybe someone asks you about it, and maybe you tell a little lie about it. And so on you go, you know. And so it just starts leading right to this slippery slope. And the other one, and this is one that really I've sat and thought about, when this relationship comes in over and over into my meditation, I started to notice a fear and worry starts up. And so I'm no longer at peace. So anytime we're attached, our peace is destroyed, just our own peace of mind. We're certainly not helping the other person, but our very own peace of mind is destroyed because can I get it? Can I keep it? Can I make this happen? Can I do that? And on we go with this little trying to control it, get it, keep it, make it happy, make it sit there and not move until we want it to. And yeah, we're just pretty miserable. So attachment is not our friend, and it's very good to just start catching it and catch it as quick as we can. There's a saying, you know, we wouldn't let a real thief into our house and let them just walk around taking things and say, hey, wow, it's so exciting having you here. It's so much fun. But we let attachment in that very way. It's so exciting, it's so much fun. So come on in. And then it just picks our mind apart and wastes our time and leads us down roads we don't want to go. So I hope that's helpful to you, and that we'll all be free of attachment completely very soon.